Yes. Welcome everyone this morning. I think we can all go home now. Love is all you need. We have it in the message for today. Oh, okay. I'll say a few more words. So just want to pause for a moment and welcome you all here to Zoom service successfully happening again, and how that's different. And for some of us, coming on Zoom is a new experience again. And so we're having a little beginner's mind about how it's all going this morning. And really, I loved, Ginger, what you said on the way in is, thank God for second chances. And absolutely, because that is exactly everything. Is there not just second chances, but all the chances in the lifetime. In the reading today, we were reading and talking about evolution and all the ways in which each time we do something, we can do it differently or we can do it the same way, and we're at choice. And how many times we try to think that we're not, or we might have the idea that we're not, or we might try to convince ourselves that we're not. That so much of life and the spiritual journey is up to us and the choices we make. And then so much is not up to us and given to us when this, excuse me, from the gracious, generous, and holiest of sources of life. That just when we think it's all up to us, we're very, very wrong. So the honor that we have in life is to both turn ourselves inside out and bless this place that we are, and bless the spaces that we are, and bless all those that are with us. And also know that we have never been left alone in this space. We have never been abandoned, that it's always here and always has been here. And that sometimes as we turn away, we're the ones that lose contact. I remember there's so many opportunities to do this, to turn away and to turn back and to turn away and turn back. And I think it is actually one of the characteristics of the spiritual life for human beings is that one of our greatest desires is to stay in the place of the loving. And we say things like, I pray that I stay. I pray that I stay. And, as I'm reading some spiritual readings, and this morning, just Cynthia Bergolt, who's a Episcopalian priest, is writing about Brother Thomas Keating's work as a monk and the centering prayer. So much of our life is about letting go of that which we think we should be holding on to, even our past spiritual experiences, our past moments of love. Every time we try to hold on to anything, it backs up in our system. It gives us something new to work on by holding on to it. So the opportunity that we are looking at today is the opportunity that simply starts with welcoming everything. I'm very struck by the day that it is today, and that welcoming is what we're all doing today. And so many times in areas today, as we proceed into the following of our service today with the service for Reverend Katherine, we're gathering as three communities in one location, welcoming everyone to this glorious expression of life as Reverend Al. We're also welcoming each other into a place where many of us are new and finding our way, and just physically finding our way in music and sound and all the things that are going to come together. And we're welcoming all the complexity and all the ways that that's going to show up, and all the second chances we're going to get as someone might trip physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually on the way today. The human game is not one of perfection. It may be one of progress. It may not even be that. It may simply be the life lived to the greatest level of letting go, so that we can be open to the love that is always ever present, effusively on our team, always calling us home. And so, as I've been studying a bit about centering prayer, I also came across a thing called a welcoming prayer. And the welcoming prayer is a bit more challenging and fits into what our services what our reading was centered on this morning, which is that as we do life, we are given over and over in our meditations and in our walking through life opportunities to once again realign once we've chosen to step away from the loving. The falling away from the loving happens naturally. It happens within a system that reacts with adrenaline anytime we stub a toe or get cut off by a car, or somebody looks at us in a way that we think might be funny, or someone isn't accepting us, or someone isn't listening, or someone has a different idea than we have. So there's some things we have to let go of on this journey. But as we join together today in this welcoming journey, this welcoming of this expression of Reverend Al, who in so many ways was the welcoming that we all loved in him. And so as we turn to ourselves this morning, we emulate this welcoming in this welcoming prayer. We invite ourselves to look around at everything that we imagine in this moment could be different, should be different, could be better. Just enjoy that we're doing that constantly, evaluating the environment. How does my hair look? How does my voice sound? What do my flowers look like? What am I thinking? Did I say that well? There is a constant stream of feedback coming from us that is giving us an opportunity in these moments to let go and let go and let go and let go and participate in the exact experience of the now. The exact experience of the now is whatever we are having. So if I am judging, what I'm having in this experience now is judgment and the experience of separation. So I'm not trying to identify what I'm doing as much as I'm trying in this prayer to welcome the experience that I am drawing into my body as I am doing what I'm doing. So in my triggered state, I might be angry, and to welcome anger. In my state, I might be sad. In my state, I might be any one of a variety of options that Rumi gives us in his beautiful poem. Being a human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome, welcome, and entertain them all. Even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from the beyond. We are not outside these experiences. The way for us to find our way back into our spiritual wholeness is through these experiences and through our bodies in the experience of what we're having. So if we're in this moment, let's say you're having some thing that's making some trigger in you. You're feeling vulnerable about something. You're feeling something you brought here today. You're feeling some anger, some worry, some doubt, something about the future that is coming in. Maybe it's something you might say later, something that might be required of you. Whatever it is that's got you a little bit, feel it, bring it into your body and feel it. And then let it be there and welcome it. And so we say, welcome, welcome, welcome this morning. Welcome to the nerves that arise when we think we've been abandoned. We're here to speak by ourselves or sing by ourselves or walk by ourselves or talk by ourselves. Welcome that which is in you. Welcome all of these visitors. As Rumi says, each and every one of them are for our evolution. In the reading this morning, it's not until we open and decide to be now with what is, that we actually can rejoice. Because it slows down the process. It brings us back together. It deletes or dissolves the separation. And there we are again, embraced. And the reason we laugh, the reason Rumi says, laugh, enjoy, participate, is because honestly, beyond the thought and the way we bring it into our body is the full joy and blessing of the universe through your welcome. Your welcoming is the first step towards letting it go. Just allow your breath to open in this moment and say within, welcome. You could say it out loud because you're muted probably. So just say welcome to whatever is floating around. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the way my judgments separate me from the truth of my life. Welcome to the way someone looked at me hurt my feelings. Welcome to the way that I didn't like a word or a phrase and I turned myself into upset from that. Welcome to that upset. Feel it. Is it in your heart? Is it in your throat? Is it in your chest? Is it in your teeth? Is it in your feet? Is it in your breath? Feel and welcome. Let it surround you all way through of you. Let it be present. And maybe just this conversation about letting it be present is annoying you, then let it annoy you. And the now of this moment is when we connect to the fertile field that allows the opening of infinity. This is the moment, the only moment there is. This is the pregnant, fertile, fecund moment of life. When we let it come in, when we stop pushing it out, when we stop going around it with our spiritual bypass and making it all good, when we say, I am in some state. How often does this happen? It happens all the time. It happens to me all the time. I gave my father this book on centering prayer. I gave it to him because he was struggling with his meditation and he was fighting with his meditation and he couldn't do it. And he said, I've been meditating for 10 years and it doesn't work. I quit. And I was like, but please read this, Dad. No. I found it amongst his things when I was cleaning up after he passed. I knew he had such a powerful energy of meditation that he got himself into. Then one of the nights just before he died, he actually said to the people in the home where he was, just wheel me outside under this tree and I will be able to feel God and I will go home. And unfortunately, they didn't call me because I was just down the road and I would have done that for him. I would have, because I know that that's when he was alive to his personal truth, to his moment, that he was letting it come in, that he could feel the strength and the purpose of his heart. And he knew that he wanted to come home. But somehow in his meditation, the letting go into this place wasn't possible. And in my desire to work with him, in my desire to pass it on, I never was quite able to say the right words or do the right thing, but it wasn't my job. It was his journey to find. And in his own passing, he found his own way. It was an incredibly powerful way that he left this planet with a big explosion of life, and then he was gone. And as we contemplate welcoming the full experience that will take us from where we are into the great beyond, under a tree or wherever it's going to happen. We welcome every experience as the opportunity to get present now, to get present in the fullness of who we are in the life that we are living now, and to soak that, to juice it, to alive it into our hearts. to breathe into it, and then to watch as the judgments, as the anger, as the sadness, as the tension releases. And then to begin to the letting go process that takes us right into the openness and heart of God, into the openness and wholeness of this field of loving that we know that we are always and forever divinely connected to and as through in this beingness. And so in this welcoming prayer, we begin the process, right? We begin it by welcoming. So welcome yourself to this moment. Welcome yourself, and I and we will read together the process of this beautiful journey that takes us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can close your eyes and allow this to wash over you. I welcome. Try to find something specific. It's way more powerful. So for me, I welcomed the frustration of no one calling me when my dad was trying to be wheeled out under a tree. Welcome that frustration. I welcome that thought that I was so angry. It was in my throat, in my chest, in my heart. I was so angry. Welcome and feel the intensity of who you are in life, the aliveness of who you are. I welcome everything that comes to me today because I know it is for my healing. I welcome all my thoughts, all my feelings, emotions, all persons, situations, and conditions. I let go. I let go. I let go. Feel the breath and feel the spaciousness of you as that letting go begins its natural process. If it's not yet letting go, welcome it again now until it begins to let go. Let's do another round of welcome. Breathing, welcome, breathing. Welcome. I welcome everything that is my experience. I welcome it in the physical body I inhabit, in the embodiment of this perfect personal life that I am living with all my traumas and triggers, circumstances of life. I welcome my healing. I feel as the space grows within me, and I let go. I let go of my desire for power and control. And I breathe. Feel the intensity. If that brings you back, welcome the feeling it brings you into. I let go. I let go of my desire for affection, esteem, approval, and pleasure. I let go. I let go. I let go of my desire for survival and security. I let go. I let go of my desire to change any situation, condition, or person, or myself. I let go. I welcome. I let go. I welcome. I let go. We travel in this circular stations or stages, walks around the room. Welcome, let go. Welcome, let go. Feel Feel. Welcome. Let go. And finally, I open to the love and the presence of God and God's action within. I open to the full possibility contained in this field of light and love that I move within as through with me, the indwelling presence, the I am of the I am, the holy oneness. And here is where I grow into infinity. And so it is. And we speak this prayer this morning for the holiness of each being in this place we call CCL, in this glorious community and all those that we are connected to all over this planet, all through New Jersey, all outside of that which we call New Jersey, from the lands to the seas, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the skies, to the rivers, to the birds, to the kingdoms of animals, to the kingdoms of grace, to the knowing of the truth of the wholeness that we are one, that we are met, that we are guided, that we are loved, that we are cared for, that we are carried, that we are never, ever, ever abandoned. And from this place in the holy sanctuary of the knowing of the oneness, of the blessing that we receive as we turn the other cheek, become one with all that is. We bless this community. We bless this service and the service going forward today for Reverend Al. We bless this holy beingness of Reverend Al. We bless all those who are here today in this service, whether we know that person, that personality, or that beingness, knowing we know, we always know the wholeness that is in our hearts. We bless each and every member of CCL from its inception, from Reverend Carol Lawson, who birthed this onto the planet and is with us today. From all those who have walked this beautiful, glorious path, and all those who are new, opening to this beautiful, glorious path. That as it is vital, strong, powerful, graceful, in itself, becoming itself in the sustainable form of life that it is now, we are so grateful and so blessed. And we bless all in this community now and in the future and in the past, knowing that it is all one dynamic holiness that exists in the same space and time. Now. And in this great love, we see the abundant blessings of this universe for all those, all beings, all wavelengths, particles, quarks, stars, realms of light, angelic realms, galactic realms, all beingness, all names that they are called, all languages, all is welcome here today as we stand in the firmament of heaven on earth. And so it is. Amen.